Salut tout le monde, welcome back to the channel. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Francia, and on this channel we talk about lifestyle, beauty, makeup, fashion, life, and everything in between. So I hope you consider hitting your subscribe button and your notification bell so that you always know when I upload. Today's video, I want to share with you 10 things that I wish I knew or I wish I believed before I had kids. If you're not yet a mom, comment below and let me know if you have heard these things before, and believe me, they are true. And if you're already a mom, comment below and let me know if you can relate to any of these. All right, let's jump right into it. Number one, labor pain. Labor pain. I have heard people, I have seen actually, I watched my niece being born. I knew it was painful, but I didn't know to what extent, you know, and I am already a wuss. I do not do pain. I don't handle pain very well. My pain threshold is non-existent. It's not there, non-existent. Even with my period cramps, I just could not handle them. As soon as I would start getting the signs that, you know, homegirl's about to be here, I would start reaching for the medicine cabinet, look for that Midol, look for that Advil, Aleve, you name it. If it was gonna help, I was gonna take it just so that I would avoid feeling that pain. I don't do well with pain. And with my first one, I've experienced it both ways. I've experienced being induced and I've experienced going into labor naturally. With my first one, I was induced, and when I tell you, it was so painful. And then contractions with induction, they're like a different breed. They're brutal. Like labor pain in itself is already bad, and when you're induced, like the contractions are all over the place. And then there is this stigma surrounding epidural or no epidural. So you try to go natural because you think, oh, you know, you're gonna be looked at differently versus if you take the epidural. So I did not want to take it. I wanted that badge of honor. I was like, I'm going to be great. So I hung in there for, I know it's relative. Don't look at me. But that was a very long time for me. For someone who does not handle pain very well, that was a very long time for me to deal with those out of whack contractions for 13 hours. I was at 1 centimeter for 13 hours, and I did not want to take the epidural. And then, you know, hour 13th, I was like, bruh, I do not want to be a hero anymore. Like, juice me up. I can't do it. So I finally got juiced up and I got some rest. But that labor pain is no joke. Comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on juice versus no juice. I mean, like epidural. I call it juice. And also to that effect, please, if you are a mom to be, or if you're already a mom and you plan on having more children, make decisions that are right for you and your family. You don't get a badge of honor for taking the epidural or not taking the epidural. It has to be a personal decision for you and your family and what you feel works best for your family. Learn about your side effects and figure out what you're comfortable with and what you're willing to risk. So please, just do yourself a favor. Examine the reasons why you do or do not want to take the epidural. Number 2 is sleeping through the night. Now, I've always heard, again, these are things that I've heard and I was like, it can't be true. Like, why wouldn't you be able to sleep? You do not sleep. You get about maybe 2 to 4 hours a night, and that's when you combine all the 30 minutes here, 20 minutes there. If you're lucky, 45 minutes of uninterrupted sleep. That's when you combine all the little breaks that you get. You combine all of them together. They may amount to about 2 to 4 hours, but there is no such thing as sleeping a whole hour straight for like months after you have a baby. And fun fact about me, I love my sleep. I will not eat if it's a choice between that and sleep. I will choose sleep every single time. So that was a wake up call for me. Like, I expected not to sleep for my usual 7 to 8 hours. I expected that to be cut down to like, 5-6 hours, but I didn't know that it was all going to be interrupted. Your sleep is about 2 to 4 hours of interrupted sleep at night, if you're lucky. Number 3, no amount of books can prepare you for child rearing. None. Now, I will say that I'm about to wrap myself out. I myself am not a big reader. I've never been. It's not like I can't read. It's just not my favorite thing to do. It wasn't until it's different now, but I didn't used to like reading a whole lot. And so I didn't myself read a lot of baby books, but I have seen a lot of moms, reading a lot of books. Like, my sister read like every single book that she could get her hands on, when she was pregnant with my niece. And when my niece came, none of that. Well, most of it didn't apply. So you get to know your baby. These children come out with their own personality and they will communicate with you. So you pay attention to your baby, you get to know your baby. I'm not saying like you get absolutely nothing from books. There could be a few things that you will find in those books that, may apply to helping you raise your child. Just get to know your baby. Your baby will tell you all that you need to know. And if you follow your baby's leads, I promise you, you will be okay. That's not to say, I'm not saying do not read. I'm not saying do not read, but do not expect those books to be manuals for how you're gonna raise your baby. Which brings me to number 4, no child is perfect. Oh my goodness. There's gonna be a gazillion of people that will tell you every single thing under the sun about how your child is supposed to do this and your child is supposed to do that. And even you, when you're pregnant, you have expectations of your child prior to bringing them, into this earth. But your child is most likely not going to be perfect. No child is. I don't care what other parents tell you. Every single kid is different and none of them is perfect. So do not let anybody make you feel bad when they try to compare your child to other children that they've seen, or this is what so-and-so's kid is doing and yours is not doing it. Okay, great. I'm good for so-and-so. And your kid could be doing something that someone else's kid is not doing. Every child grows at their own pace. If your baby walks at 6 months and mine walks at 10 months, it's fine. That's your baby. My baby is different. They're still walking. At some point in time, they will catch up. Just make sure you follow up with your child's development and everything is on track. Some things are not gonna be, like other kids. So just don't let people fool you. No child is perfect. Number 5 is another one that I heard and did not think it was that way. That one is actually the opposite for me. I thought I was gonna be able to do it. I was like, oh yeah, that's easy, I got this. Number 5 is to rest when your child is resting. Now, it's really important to do. Did I do it? I could not. Well, I wasn't consistent with it. There are times that I would fall asleep when the baby would fall asleep, but I wasn't consistent with it because I always felt like there was something that I could be doing while the kid is sleeping. What if when he's awake, then he's crying every time I step away? I don't know what mood he's gonna be in. So I always wanted to try to fit in whatever I could fit in during nap time, and I didn't rest myself, which makes you a cranky mom and you have no patience with your kid. And I'm already not a very patient person, so that didn't work out in my favor. Try to rest when the baby's resting and try to work out that guilt, because whatever's there, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna get it done. You never know what mood the baby's gonna be in, but they could happen to be in a great mood, and then you get those dishes done then after you both have rested. And number 6 is this happened to me. I did not believe in this one. Number 6 is I did not know that any little trip, I was gonna have to pack as if I was never coming back. Story time. This is what converted me. I wanted to go to the hair store, like 10 minutes from my house. I took the baby. I fed the baby, changed the baby, and then I was like, I don't really need anything. I'm just gonna go to the hair store, grab something, and I'm coming right back out. I don't need to pack a whole bunch of stuff, right? Because everything was done, we're fed, and I'm like, if he so happens to be hungry again, I have the food with me, so I don't have to worry about that. Grab the kid, I left. I got to the hair store, went to go grab the baby, went to go grab the car seat, something was in the back of the baby's neck. I looked, it was poop. He had poop, and then the poop somehow traveled up all the way to hit the back of his neck and was hitting his hair. But thank God he was like really young at the time, so it didn't smell that bad at the time. But I had nothing with me, and I was like, oh man, I had to go back home and change the baby and all that good stuff. But yeah, it taught me a lesson. Ever since then, I don't care if I'm like crossing the street, we have a bag that has everything to carry us through a couple of days, because I don't know what if I lock myself out. I have had PTSD after that little incident. I didn't play. So every single trip, we don't know when we're coming back, so let's get everything. Number 7, bathroom trips. I used to not like the bathroom, but I didn't know that being able to use the bathroom alone for however long I wanted to was a privilege. It's a privilege that I may not have for God knows how long. So if you're not yet a mom, enjoy those bathroom trips, because that privilege will be taken away from you. You will now be able to use the bathroom for a very long time or close the door when you're in there. Yeah, it's just take your time, take long leisurely poopage. Don't rush it, enjoy it, because once you become a mom, it's just, you have to wait for it to be right there, and then you go and you release it, and then you come right back out. And even then you have anxiety, because even if you place the children or the child somewhere, you don't know what they're gonna do. And if they're baby, if they're little babies, you're always worried that I was always worried that I'm gonna step in the bathroom and that's the time he's gonna choke on his spit. I was so paranoid. I would take him everywhere. So bathroom alone is not a thing, and it may not be for a while. So enjoy those poopage now. And number 8 goes hand in hand with number 7, which is showers. Again, another thing to enjoy, because I will tell you right now, it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna turn into 2-minute showers. It's gonna turn into, let me just run this water over me and step out. It's gonna turn into those moments sometimes. So again, now if you don't have any kids yet, or if let's say your kids are older and you're planning on having more, just remember, I'm here to remind you to enjoy your showers right now. Make them as long as you want to, because once you have those kiddos, once you have that new baby, it's not gonna be the same. So yes, enjoy your showers, people. And number 9 is breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is a skill just like any other. You have to learn it, and so does the baby. So be patient with yourself. Show yourself some grace and kindness and love when you have to breastfeed. It's painful. You're gonna cry with the baby. The baby may not be able to latch. None of you know how to do this, because you've never done it before if it's your first time, and it takes a while. So you have to learn positions and things like that. Yeah, you're gonna figure it out. It's gonna hurt. It's going to hurt. You're gonna have contractions. Again, that uterus of yours is just it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna get better, and both you and the baby are going to get comfortable once you've done it enough times and you both have learned what is comfortable for both of you. So yeah, go easy on yourself. It is a learned skill, and you will get it, both you and the baby. And last but not least is number 10. It's I didn't know it was going to take me this long to kind of find myself again. But I will say, I didn't realize that after having those kids that I was going to find, I'm gonna try not to be emotional. that I was gonna find the very best version of me. Like, being a mom has taught me so much. Those kids have helped me grow so much into like a much different and such a better version of who I was. And I'm still learning as a mom and I'm still growing, but they have completely changed my life. Like, patience was not my thing. It's you already know. I have a whole video on what is helping me to be more patient. I have some tips and tricks. If you're like me, go check out this video. I'm going to link it in the description. But having kids really did change my life, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Now, would I do it again? No, I will not do it again. I've already got two. They are enough to help me out. So I'm not gonna be having any more. All right, this concludes today's video. Let me know in the comments below if you are a mom. Do any of these apply to you? And if you're not a mom yet and you aspire to be a mom, have you heard those before? And do you believe them? If not, I would highly suggest that you do, because they are true. All right, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you in my next one. But until then, I hope to see you guys in the comment section. Bye.